Hey, hi guys. Hi, how are you doing, guys? You're most welcome to the Ugaman live show. And today, like many of you have seen, I'm going to be talking about something that is very key. But first and foremost, if you are new to this platform, kindly subscribe and don't forget to leave a like and a comment on the video so that I can know what you guys think about some of the content that I usually put across. So today I'm going to look at something very, very instrumental. I'm going to look at how to build an outstanding brand on social media. Now, I need to remind you that this channel is mainly focused on how people can leverage on social media to grow their businesses, but also on the fact that social media has become a very, very important part of life for everybody that is doing business and for those people that are looking forward to building their own brand. So that is very, very key to remember. If you tuned in from anywhere, feel free to let me know where you tuned in from. And also feel free to ask questions in the comment section. Feel free to ask those questions so I'll be able to answer them as we go along. And that is very, 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 very key. So allow me to start like this, that being on social media does not necessarily mean you have built what it takes for you to become outstanding. For you to be outstanding, there are certain things that you need to be able to look at. And as a matter of fact, there are so many aspects that make people outstanding, and these are the things that you need to be able to include on your list. Hey, hi, Gerald. Thanks for tuning in. Much love, much love. Guys, go check out Gerald's channel. Feel free to let me know, Gerald, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know what questions you have as regards this topic today. So I'm going to start from a point that is very simple to perceive and a point that is very simple for everybody to think about. When we talk about social media and creating an outstanding brand, you need first of all to understand the meaning of brand. You need to create the things that can make you stand out of the crowd. Social media is a very crowded platform that if you have nothing that identifies you from the rest, you basically have a lot of work to do because you are going to be suffocated and people will take too long to notice you, even sometimes they will not notice your brand. So it becomes very, very, very instrumental for you to learn the tactics and the tricks on how you can be outstanding from the noise and from what everybody else is doing online so that you are actually able to leverage on the power of these tools. So, number one, you need fundamentally to understand your niche, and you also need to understand your target audience. Okay, you need to know the section and you need to know the things you basically want to talk about. Why this is very important is it is very difficult to address nobody. It is very, very difficult to set yourself on a journey when you don't know who you're talking to and you don't know who actually is going to be reading your content, or you even don't know who you're creating that content for. So first and foremost, you need to understand who your target market is. And the moment you have that capacity and capability of knowing that, hey, my channel or my platform is talking about youth, my platform is creating opportunities for youth, my platform is talking about human rights, my platform is talking about all these other things, that is what is going to help you to know who your target market is. And why is it important for you to know who your target market is? One, you will definitely create the things that you know are targeted to the real people that are going to be listening to you. And that is very, very key because you don't want to speculate. You don't want to be in the middle of nowhere where you don't know who is tapping into the content that you're creating. So if you want to be outstanding on social media, you need to understand your audience. Now, many of you are going to ask me, how do you understand your audience? Two things will help you understand your audience. Number one, you need to have the objectives and goals. You need to know what you're talking about, and you need to know basically what is entailed in your content. Then number two, you need to know who is interested or who may be interested in that kind of content. Now, the moment you have those two things on your table, it is very easy for you now to start identifying the people that may be interested in what you're doing or the people that are already interested in the things you're going to be talking about. Being outstanding on social media necessarily doesn't mean that you're the one who can run ads. It necessarily doesn't mean that you're the one who has the best gadgets to run videos and to take photographs. I just discovered if you are not solving a problem for someone out there, you can't grow your social media. Thank you, Joe. Someone is watching in and they just made a very, very brilliant comment. If you're not solving a problem, you are not helping. This is what I'm talking about. You need to know who you are targeting. You need to know your target audience. It is very, very important. Apart from knowing what your objectives are and what your goals are on social media, it is very important to know who you're targeting. And this is what Jerry is talking about. If you're not helping someone to solve a problem, you are actually not able to grow your social media. Now, at a later stage, and I pray that you all watch this video up to the real end, I'm going to tell you the types of content that will also enable your channel to escalate, that will enable your channel to grow. Now, many people underscore the understanding of knowing your audience and also knowing your objectives. I'll give you an example. If you're somebody that is a medic, okay, and you're someone that is always giving some bit of advice to the people that follow you on given things and on given circumstances. Take for example, hey, hi Haziru Junior, hi, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, on the things that people want to learn from you, then you must be very targeted. Are you talking about women? Are you talking about general health? Are you talking about children? Are you going to be talking about old people? Are you talking about palliative care? Are you talking about pharmaceutical industry and pharmaceutical products? This is very, very important. If you want to create a brand that even when people start talking about you, you easily come out of the noise, this is level number one. If you don't know where you're walking to, it is very hard to know where your destination is. And this is why you need to understand your target audience, and you also need to understand your objectives and goals for the content that you are creating. Now, number two, you want to become outstanding on social media. Stop going average. If you want to be a brand that people refer to for different things, then you have got to stop being average. And how do you stop being average? You need to identify the platforms that favor your brand in terms of reach and in terms of engagement. I'm going to tell you something. Many people are stuck on the platforms that don't give them leverage. Many people are on Twitter trying to force things to happen on Twitter, yet they have a better audience on Facebook. Something that you need to know, if you're going to build something, then start from your strongest point. Unlike other aspects in life, when it comes to social media, you have got to leverage on your strongest platform to pull up your weakest platform. Stop spending too much time on your weakest platform while you ignore your best platform. Okay? And this usually happens to a lot of people because some people are going to be talking about, they're going to talk about something like, hey, I'm on Instagram. Hey, I'm on Facebook, and Facebook is my biggest platform. Now, because you have been on Instagram, you also want to spend more time on Facebook to make sure that also Facebook becomes your best platform. That way, you're going to spend a lot of time, and I can tell you, it may not bring you the value that you really wanted. How social media is going to pay you off is, first of all, prepare your platforms that the strongest platform consumes the biggest percentage of your time and the biggest percentage of your creativity. That is where you need to start from. Otherwise, if you're not able to start from that point, then you are going to spend a lot of time on the weaker platforms, and they may not give you the leverage that you want and the engagement and the social sharing that you want on your content. So, in a nutshell, when you select the platforms that you have, you need to list them down. Put them in categories of strongest, stronger, weak, and weakest. Okay? The moment you have those, then make sure that you spend a lot of creativity, a lot of energy, and a lot of engagement on the platforms that are strong. This is what happens. Every time a platform is too strong, it pulls up the other platform. If you're too good at Facebook, your YouTube will start to grow because your audience starts to listen and migrate from the platform where you're too strong to come and support you on this other platform. And this is no doubt a real big secret that you all need to adapt. This is a very big secret that you need to adapt into your real strategy and make sure that you spend more time on your strongest platforms and less time on your weakest platform. Never select a platform because your other friend who is selling something else is actually too strong at a platform, and you think you need to dump the platform where you're strong and go for the weakest. That is not going to give you the results that you desire, or if it is going to give you results, then it will take you a longer time. Okay, so selection of your platforms is very important, and it is also very important to know which platforms actually favor your brand more, or which platforms have a bigger audience for you. Your strength is where you need actually to spend more time. Hey, hi, celebrity truck. Hey, hi, Alan. What's up, man? Nice to see you, Alan. Alan, share the conversation. Let's have more people watching you. Yeah. So, I need you guys to start drawing a line between um, platforms that actually bring you leverage and platforms that supplement your social campaigns or your social content. You need to be able to know that. So out of those, I expect that at least you have two platforms that you trust. That whenever you put up content, that content will get the engagement. Now, we started from knowing your goals and objectives because you need to know the roadmap. And I tell you guys, I always tell my friends that anything you do could start as a passion. Anything you do could start as something that you're really interested in, but doesn't seem that serious. And this is how we all get started on social media. We never start out knowing that social media is going to become a job. Nobody starts out YouTube knowing YouTube is going to become a job. Then at a later stage, your passion transforms into becoming a career, becoming a job, or becoming even a part-time job. This is the future, and this is where we're walking to. If you guys look at all the factors that surround e-commerce and all the factors that surround communication and marketing, you should be able to read that the future is actually going to be on the internet. And if you want to be part of that, then you have got to create a brand that if put in the noise, people can be able to pick you out and say, hey, this is the guy that we want to work with, or this is the guy that creates the content that we really, really want to have, or that we really want our brand to be associated with. Now, after knowing where you want to walk to, you know who you want to talk to, and now you know which platforms actually give you a lot of potential and a lot of leverage for you to be able to tap into the attention of your audience. Then number four, that is very, very important. And I mentioned the word very important because I know it does work. Number four is pay attention to the content you create. pay attention to the content you create. Now, a brand that is outstanding is known for a particular segment of content that they create for their audience. How do you create content that is actually going to make you outstanding as a brand? Okay. And when I talk about a brand, many of you think brands are only business. I'm talking about you who is watching me right now. You are a brand of your own. If you have a business, you have a business brand as well. But you as an individual, you are a brand. And this it is you that I'm talking about right now. So here is what you're gonna do to make sure that your content propels you to be the best you can be within the noise that surrounds social media platforms. Content is based on what you find easy to put across. And I'll repeat this. Content is based on what you find easy to put across. I have seen my friend Alan, who is actually on online right now. I see someone commenting like me. I'm a medical, but I choose fitness. Yes, of course, Gerald is a medical personnel, a medical practitioner, but he chose to do fitness and health, okay, which is very, very okay because that is where his passion is. Now, I'm coming back to the bit that is very key, and many people fail at this point. Why many people fail at this point of content is they always keep jumping from one style to another, from one bit of content to another, because they see other people using different styles of content and they think that same content is going to work for them. Remember, I told you when you're setting out your platform, you always have this audience that grows with you. You always have this audience that is into what you do and they appreciate you guys to carefully listen to this. You choose the best format of content that gives you the comfort and the freedom to actually express what you want to say or what you want to communicate the best way possible. This could be language, this could be format, whether photography or written or video. This could be recording or voice. Okay? Do not and never force yourself to do a certain style of content that actually your platform or you yourself as an individual who is the creator, you're not comfortable with. I have seen so many people most of the time trying out content formats that they have seen other people do, and they actually think that is what is going to work for them. Now, there is a big difference, and I don't want you to be misled on the way that if you see Ugaman doing the live shows, that is what you need to be doing on your platform. That may never work for you. But if you went ahead to do a voice recording, or maybe you do a text and picture combination, or you do photos to tell stories, you may find yourself that you have a better impact on your audience than when you do the live shows. Because Ugaman is used to doing the live show or to going live maybe on Twitter, on Facebook, and on YouTube. That doesn't necessarily mean you must be doing the same thing. There are so many other formats that you can adapt, or there are so many other formats that can give you the comfort of creativity and the confidence. Every time you create content where you're not confident, your audience will tell. And many people don't know this because if you're not comfortable with what you're saying, then people will read into what you're saying and they will discover that, hey, you are not comfortable with what you're saying. And before you know it, they will start actually reducing their engagement. Many people get attracted to individuals that command authenticity, to individuals that command authority, to individuals that have the power to run subjects of discussion. And this is why you need to actually make sure that you strengthen your capability as an individual that is watching this program right now. You need to make sure that you strengthen yourself. So, how do you select the best content that is actually going to propel you to grow? One, you need to be, uh, thank you, Alan, Liberty Fast. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you so much. And yeah, thank you. Big up, my brother. Yeah. So, how do you know that this is the type of content I need to be doing. I'll tell you something. For you to identify the content that actually is suitable for you, one, you must not stretch out of your normal capacity to be confident and also to have authority and authenticity on the subject in discussion or on the subject in conversation. Right? Hey, celebrity facts, Uganda. Thank you so much, my brother. And big up to all the Ugandans in Boston. Yeah, so guys, you can check out his channel. Uh, I'm sure you guys will love it. Celebrity Facts Uganda. Yeah, nice to have you, bro. Nice to have you tuned in. Yeah, so what I'm saying is, for you to identify the kind of content that will actually resonate with your personality, make sure that the content format that you're using does not make you feel uncomfortable. I understand that many people have told you, and quite often, when you find influencers and all these marketers that have made it at some level, they'll tell you, hey, you need to compel yourself. You need to go on and discover new things. But this is how you discover new things. Maintain what you are comfortable with and what brings on the confidence. Bring out that aspect that makes the person reading or watching what you're doing to believe in what you do. You don't want to create a scenario where you don't actually believe in yourself in the first place. Nobody is going to give you the belief if it doesn't appear or it is not forecasted on the things that you are actually putting out on your platform. That is very, very key. Many of you are going to ask a question, hey, how do brands identify you to make you an influencer? How do brands identify you to think you can push their campaign, to make you a brand ambassador? The things that I'm discussing, my friends, these are the things that are going to help you. No matter how many followers you have, if your content doesn't speak the language, you are not going to get anywhere. You're just going to be at a level where you have a huge audience, but no brand is coming for you. Because the kind of content you keep creating, this is what resonates with the audience that you have, and also it is what attracts a better audience, or it is what attracts even more brands to come and want to associate with you. So the question of how do people identify those individuals that they can work with on a given brand or they can work with on a given campaign, the real things that I'm discussing today are the things that are going to propel you to that level where brands are looking out for you to become a brand ambassador, to become a brand representative, to become an influencer for them, to become a content creator for them. Those are the things. Because imagine going to do a video about a given subject or a conversation and you're not comfortable with doing video, yet you are very comfortable with voice and you're very comfortable with photography. So you would rather opt for the content style that suits your personality, because one thing you don't want to kill is your confidence. And I'll tell you guys, 80% of how we build our brand online has a lot to do with our confidence level. Okay? People who are confident are never affected by the negativity and the pessimism that comes along the journey as you craft your brand. I know so many people that have given up on crafting their brands online because people have given them negative comments and people have actually failed them to go and do something better. So that is very, very much known. You don't want to be in that position. You don't want to be in that kind of scenario. You want to be in a scenario where you actually have command over yourself, where you think that what you put out is the best of to the best of your ability, and that you bring value to those that are watching you or to those that actually keep watching your content. That is the level of confidence you need. For that confidence to exist, make sure you go for the content style that brings out the real true character and the real true personality of yourself. Okay? So Many of you may start asking the question, okay, right now I'm doing video. Can I shift it to photography? Can I shift um, to any other format of content, voice? Can I do podcast? Can I do so many other formats that you can adapt? Yes, it is very key to also prepare yourself to learn other formats, but make sure that the format that brings out the confidence and everything in you is one that opens the way, and then you start learning all these other formats that will give you that capacity to actually build your brand and make it outstanding. Number five, okay, away from the content. And maybe before I go to number five, I want you guys to also make sure that your content at least falls in one of these sections. Your content needs to be educative. If it is not educative, it needs to be entertaining. If it is not entertaining, it needs to be informative. If it is not informative, it needs to be um, um, evoking. Okay, you need to evoke conversation. You need to bring out a spark. Okay, so this kind of content, why I'm telling you that it should either be entertaining, informative, educative, many people are going to come and look out for your brand because of the style that you have adapted that brings value to them when they do watch or read what you post on your platform. Key to note is that what you do on your platform clearly spells out how people perceive you. What you do on your platform clearly spells out how people perceive you. If you're a sports person and you're always posting sports content, that is how the audience is perceiving you, and the people that are going to be looking out for you will come in that regard. If you are into fashion, if you are into beauty and cosmetics, that is how your audience is going to perceive you. And when they come looking out for you, they are going to come in that capacity. And that is very, very key also to note because you don't want people to mistake you for things that you really can't do. And you also don't want people to mistake your brand to belong to somewhere else when you actually have a particular industry in which you have mastered and done your stuff for a very long time because in a long run, that industry is what brings you the return on investment in terms of people that come to consult from you, in terms of people that hire you to offer your services, and in terms of people that buy products and services from you. That is how you get the return on investment. Now, another key factor that you must do, and I repeat, that you must do, guys, learn to invest in yourself. Learn to invest in yourself. What is self-investment? Investing the resources that will give you the credible information and the credible knowledge for you to be able to run your platforms in a very, very, very informed way. You don't want to be gambling between lines. You don't want to be gambling between people doing different things, and you think that is where you need to go. So make sure that you invest in yourself in terms of materials. Okay, you could be reading your content from the internet. You could be reading your content from books. You could be reading your content from people. Engagement and meeting different people. Two, ensure that you show up for the industry event. Now, no matter what industry you're in and you're creating content for, I will assure you, you are not alone in that industry. Stop being an island that is doing a particular thing on social media because there is a huge group of people that do that thing. You need to make sure that you improve on your networking potential and your networking relationship because that is what is going to connect you to the next link that you need actually to get better or even to go to the next level. So do not ever ignore any networking events that come up in your industry. Do not ignore opportunities where you actually have access to other people in the industry for you to be able to network and also share opportunities and challenges. What this is going to do for you is you're going to learn what other people are facing versus what you are facing, and then you actually can come up with a very good position for you to be able to draw out something that brings you value as a brand and also brings value to your audience. Now, you will ask me a question that how do I know the right events to go to? I have mentioned already that most of these events you usually are going to get those opportunities where people can meet for different reasons at different events. You need to make sure that at least all the events that happen in your industry, at least attend most of them. Attending most of those not only increases your knowledge in terms of knowing what the industry contains and what challenges and success stories people are sharing, but also gives you the potential to become and grow your influence. So this is level number one of starting to grow your influence. Because every person that you meet at these organizations, at these events, eventually becomes somebody that you know. And before you know it, they become part of your network. And that is how you start growing your influence. Because if, for example, I'm into digital marketing, but I know quite a number of people that are into the medical field, that are into agriculture, that are into transport, banking, and all these things. How did I get to know these people? I have been attending a lot of events over time, okay? And these same people are the people that are actually going to bring you deals to your brand at a later stage. So this is why I tell you that if you're going to be investing in yourself, make sure that you invest in yourself in terms of knowledge and being informed, and then also invest in yourself to make sure that you are available for all the networking opportunities. Okay, so speaking about networking again, don't forget to have business cards if you can afford them. Don't forget to have those, because what those do is every time you give out a business card to a potential network connection, you just don't know when that call will come to you. You just don't know when they'll give that card to the next individual that could be a client or a potential partner in your business. And that is why you need to be able to invest in yourself. Now, many people do have a fear that if they spend, will they earn back that money? Allow me to tell you guys one thing on the internet: the process never lies. The process is on point. What is going to happen is this: you are going to spend this money on yourself, going to all these conferences, going to all these networking events, and they may not bring you immediate money the next day or the next week, but I'll tell you absolutely that your network is your network. Your network, when it comes to social media, is your network. You just cannot afford to be an island, and you just can't afford to be a brand that is only virtual to the world. You need to put a face to your brand, and that is how online brands are grown. Every time you go for an event and you introduce yourself and the brand that you have created online, the impact it makes is actually much bigger than when people only know you virtually without physically knowing the brand that is actually the face behind the virtual brand that is online. And this is what you all need to do. Now, you'll start asking the question if the things I'm talking about are workable. I can tell you that 95% of the things that I'm talking about have worked for me. Now, I cannot guarantee you that everything that you're going to do is going to work immediately. But what I'm discussing here is I want to help these individuals that have really built these platforms and they now want to be to stand out of the norm. There is so much content shared every second on social media, but you want to create a brand that stands out of that noise and then you create your engagement and start growing your brand as an individual or as a business. This is the major focus of this video. This video is not here to tell you that, hey, if you want to get 7,000 followers, this is what you need to do in particular. There is no single formula that works for social media. Like people will tell you, how many times do I post a day if I want to get the engagement that I need to have? How many times do I need to post a day if I want to get people following me more? There is no one that has a particular answer that actually provides all the results. But one thing that is very, very important that you need to know is that you need to keep trying out things that are workable and things that are not workable for your channel. Because the only way you know those that are working and those that are not working is when you do try out many things that actually gives you that potential for you to know what is working for your channel and what is not working for your channel. Mistakes to avoid. If you're growing your brand, grow your brand based on your potential and based on your passion and talent. If you're going to grow your brand based on your potential, based on your passion and talent. This is very important because you don't wear and tear in terms of thinking and in terms of execution. A number of people are going to force themselves to do things they actually ain't comfortable with. They are going to force themselves to look out for content which they can't continuously produce. They are going to force themselves to do things which they cannot do on a consistent basis. Consistency is very key in building an online brand. Do not appear and disappear. That has a very huge impact on the growth of your channel. You must make sure that you create consistency. And this is why I told you guys that stick to the content format, stick to the content style that gives you the comfort to keep doing it and doing it better. Every time you stick to a content style that doesn't favor you, you actually reach a point and you give up. Now, those points of giving up, say if you've been posting 3 times a week, you start posting once a week, those points of giving up are actually going to bring a decline not only in your engagement, but also in the growth of your platform. Like I have told you, social media is a process, okay? And you need to internalize this process. You need to be able to also understand that you need to grow with the platform. Many people feel so much entitled. Another big mistake people make is the entitlement. Let me tell you, my friends that are watching me right now, if you are willing to do marketing online, what is going to speak for you is actually your potential and how good you are. Stop getting the entitlement that you have 10,000 followers on Twitter, you have 8,000 followers on Facebook. So when you open a YouTube channel, you should immediately get 1,000 subscribers in the first 2 days. Never, never think like that. And if that was the point, then somebody that has 1 million followers on Facebook would have 1 million followers on Twitter, which doesn't happen like that. Sometimes, why I told you that your strongest platform actually propels or is the pushing factor for all your other platforms to grow. If you have 1 million followers on Twitter and you have 400,000 on Facebook, then meaning that you have actually created a very strong base on Twitter than Facebook. So if you're going to create a stronger Facebook, then the support that comes from your strong base on Twitter is going to be very key in creating a strong base on Facebook. This is what you need to understand. Guys, there is no entitlement. People are not entitled to your content. People are not entitled to subscribe to your channel. People are not entitled to follow you. Okay? Just cut the entitlement. When you share your content and people don't reply or engage on it, it is not a must that people should. Just make sure that you stick to the good content format that actually will, trigger those debates, that will trigger the reactions, that will trigger the engagement on your post. That is where you need to be going. Otherwise, if you really start a channel with the entitlement of people must watch me, people must appreciate what I'm doing, that will never happen and you may be disappointed, which sometimes is a very, very big demotivator that you don't want to be a part of. Mistake number three, never and never do things because you want people to do for you the same thing in return. Many people make a mistake of investing a lot of energy in trying to push others and expecting the same energy in pushing them back. Now, I'll tell you, and I'll bring it back to the powerful connections that you have. If you do, for example, go on Twitter and you ask people, follow me, I follow you, or you ask people on YouTube, come and subscribe, I subscribe back. People may not have a reason for subscribing and staying at your channel. People may not have a reason for following you or actually connecting with you on your platform and stay. So avoid this give me, I give you in return because you want to accumulate numbers. What you need to do is organically reach out to the people that are supportive to your network and make sure you reciprocate what they are doing for you. That is one of the real fundamentals that is going to strengthen your relationship online, but also it is going to help you build your brand because as people support your platform, you support theirs in return, then that actually strengthens the relationship that you have created, and it will also make sure that you both of you get the results because you are there to support one another. Never think that when people follow you on Twitter, they are automatically going to engage. Never think that when people subscribe to your channel on YouTube, they are automatically going to watch. It doesn't work like that. You have to make sure that you actually nurture the relationship. How you nurture the relationship is look at the people that are supportive to your network, come to this other side and become supportive to their cause. That is how you reciprocate the love, and that is actually one of the things that Gary Vaynerchuk talked about in his book, Jab, 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 Right Hook. Give, then ask, because empathy and empathy is one of the most important things. And how do you become empathetic? You become empathetic by having this compassion. You need to have this understanding. You need to have this feeling of offering the same gratitude towards the people that are actually helping you become a better individual on this platform. That way, you are going to solidify your relationship with the people that are already on your network, and as a result, it is going to help you grow your engagement. Engagement is very key. Mistake number five that many people make and actually cost them a lot. Social media is not about trolling, it is not about being too negative on others, and it is not about tearing down those in competition with you. I have witnessed on many occasions that many individuals, rather than building their platform, they go ahead and create different things that change the narrative. I agree that it is important for you to compete, but I disagree that your competition should be tearing down others. I don't agree with that. And the impact of you fighting those around you that try actually to do the same things you're doing in the industry, you are going to have a big problem of strengthening your engagement on the platform. Every time you struggle to tear down other people that are in the same industry with you get carried away from your objectives and your strategy. Remember, I told you when we were starting that you need to have a roadmap. You just cannot walk aimlessly. This is the same scenario on social media. You just cannot post aimlessly. You just cannot wake up and decide that, hey, I'm going to take a walk on social media and I don't know where I want to go. Okay? But this is what I'm telling you that once you have a roadmap to help you walk to your destination on social media, then make sure that on your way, don't tear down others. Don't tear down others. Many people think that when you fight off everybody that seems to be in competition with you, you become better because you think you're going to dominate. I can tell you, my friend, if you tear those that are in competition with you, you are actually killing the positive competition that is supposed to help you become better. What is supposed to take place is you need to let people that are actually in the same industry with you to come and play in the field, and then you all can compete and learn from one another. Many people spend a lot of time trying to disrupt what their neighbors are doing, and in so doing, they get off track and forget their objectives and goals, and will end up in a position that they never planned to be in. And this is what I want you guys to know that every time you have something planned out, do not tear down those that are in competition with you. I agree. You just have to be careful that if you're going to be supporting people on social media, then support those that are not in direct competition with your brand. That is very, very instrumental. Support those that are not in direct competition with your brand, but are always supportive to your brand. Because at the end of the day, once you support these people, it is most likely that they are going to support you back. And that is the conversation that you need to be having. That is the strategy that you need to be looking at. Never, never plan on failing others in the same industry you're working in as a strategy for you to dominate and make sure that you win competition. That strategy is self-destructing, and I can assure you that even if you kill your competition, if you don't have the right strategies and the right checks and balances on the process, on your journey as you grow your brand, you are never going to see that top brand that we want you to create. So that is very, very, very important. Now, as I wind up this conversation, there are things that I think we all need to look at before we actually say, my brand has grown. The ability of you influencing others to believe in what you're saying is actually built on the reputation that you have created on your platform. Many times, brands online are not built physically. People will not see you build it, but people are going to engage with your activities online. And then people are going to look out for you to have a conversation. But before people come and look out for you to have a conversation, then they need to understand what you do. And immediately they know what you're doing, then it becomes very easy for you to also engage with them. Nobody wants to engage an individual that is different from what they post on social media. So make sure that you walk the talk and talk the walk. Walk the talk and talk the walk. What you post on social media, train yourself that even if somebody took you to an interview, even if someone asked you to have a conversation with them, a physical conversation, you actually have an idea of what you usually talk about on your platform. Never and never become a copycat. Okay? This is another big mistake that many people do. Never and never become a copycat. Copycats will never be the best of copycats because they are never original. They are never walking the talk and talking the walk. Okay? They either have the walk and they don't have the talk, or they have the talk and they don't have the walk. This is where you find someone calling themselves an expert, but when you read or you follow up on their brand, it doesn't reflect that expertise. This is what you need to avoid. You just can never be the best copycat in the world. You actually need to make sure that you do your best no matter what language you're using, no matter what phone you're using, no matter how you are phrasing your statement, no matter what photograph you are using. If you build your brand, people are going to believe in you the way you are. You don't have to be like another person for you to attract the audience. The audience will come when you become genuine to yourself and you become true to what you reflect. Okay? And this is walking the talk and talking the walk. Okay? So, as I wind up, guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I know there's quite a lot of things that we can keep saying, and if you have anything you want to suggest, I want to thank you, everyone that has watched this, and thank you so much, guys, for supporting this channel. This channel has actually picked up so fast that we are growing at a very, very good speed. We almost get about 20 subscribers on a daily basis. For a new channel like ours, this is a very, very good speed. And I want to promise you guys that we are going to do our best. I want to remind you, as you're still watching, that this channel was open to help those that are interested in digital marketing and digital content. It is also a channel that we use to discuss the trending topics and the trending stories, because we sometimes want to pick out lessons out of the trending stories. And most importantly, it is a channel that is going to be giving a voice to the young talent. There are so many talented people out there, but they don't have a platform for them to air their voices. And this is what this channel is going to do. This is what we're going to offer, that we provide a platform for those people who are talented and starting out. And then the platform we have given them will propel them to the next level. Sometimes people have the potential to build their own platform, but the level of starting sometimes discourages them. So when you give them a platform as an individual that has grown yours, it motivates them to actually start growing their own and make sure that they get the results that they deserve to see in the future. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a thumbs up for the host. Don't forget to leave a comment before you switch off this video. And also, don't forget to subscribe in case you are new to this wonderful, wonderful show. So let me give just a quick shout out to the people that have been watching it. Thanks a lot to Jero Fitness, and all these people actually have YouTube channels. So guys, go ahead and subscribe to these channels so we create a strong network. Thanks a lot to Hazil Jr., who was tuned in. Thanks a lot to Celebrity Talk UG. That is very, very important. Thanks a lot to Celebrity Facts Uganda. They were tuned in. And thanks a lot to Kiseka Patrick. That was very, very amazing. Florence Joeflo, Team Dubai Live. Thank you so much, Florence. So thank you so much, everybody that has watched me. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another interesting discussion. And these discussions are actually here so that we can be able to share and get to develop and support one another. So much love and respect to you all. Make sure that you take care of yourself. COVID is real, and we don't want you to get bitter, but we want you to get better. Much love and cheers to you all.